everyone. Hello students. How are you? I hope you will find here. In a previous lecture we were discussing about the chapter circulatory system, chapter 6. Now we are going to discuss about the working of human heart. So we were discussing about the structure of heart, the four-chambered structure of the heart. So if you able to recall, the structure of heart is four-chambered. The human heart is four-chambered structure. The two upper auricle and the two lower ventricle. Okay. So the upper side of the heart, that is two auricle, receives the blood, and ventricle sends or pumps the blood to the different organ and other parts. Okay. So the septum. First of all, before going to the detail, first of all we will discuss the working of human heart with the help of this flow chart. See this flow chart. This is the working. This is the symbolic presentation. This is the easiest presentation of the working of human heart. So because the structure of heart is a little bit complicated. So with the help of this flow chart, we will easily understand how the human heart works. So the human heart is four-chambered structure, as you know. The four-chambered structure means the two upper auricle and the two lower ventricle. The right side and the left side of the heart. This is the four-chambered. So the right side and left side of the heart is separated with the septum, with the help of septum. The septum is interauricular septum and interventricular septum. So these interauricular septum and interventricular septum just separates the right side of the heart from the left side. So the right side of the heart basically sends and receives deoxygenated blood, while the left side of the heart sends and receives the oxygenated blood. So the single circulation in a human body, the single circulation takes place in two steps. Okay. The first step is pulmonary circulation and the second step is systemic circulation. The term pulmonary and the systemic here. So the pulmonary means, the term pulmonary is related with the lungs and the term systemic is related with the body. Systemic means body, pulmonary means lungs. Okay. So the pulmonary circulation means when the blood flow between heart and lungs. The blood flow between heart and lungs, this is called pulmonary circulation. And similarly, when the blood flow between the heart and body. What I am saying, the blood flow between heart and body is called systemic circulation. So the blood flow between these two and these two. Okay. Now, from the body, after the metabolic reaction, when all oxygens and nutrients were just used by the body cells and CO2 is produced, but after the metabolic reaction, CO2 is produced, metabolic waste is produced and it is mixed with the blood. So this blood which just comes out from the body parts is impure blood, that is deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means the blood with impurities, that is blood with CO2, blood with just waste materials. So the blood which just comes out from the body is called deoxygenated blood, and deoxygenated blood passes through this vessel. The vessel name is vena cava. So there are three vessels, the artery, veins and capillaries. The three vessels are there. So the artery generally carries the oxygenated blood, vein carry deoxygenated blood and the capillaries are the small minute vessels which just supply the blood throughout the body, all body parts. Okay. So the vena cava means vein, that is largest vein. Vena cava means largest vein. So deoxygenated blood passes through this vena cava and goes to the heart in the right auricle. So vena cava means vein, that is the largest vein. So two vena cavas are there in body, the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So superior vena cava means this is the situation of your heart, this is the level of your heart. So from upper side of the body, above the heart, Above the heart there is the upper side of the body. So from the upper side of the body the deoxygenated blood comes through the superior vena cava, and from the lower side of the body the blood brings by the inferior vena cava. So superior from upper side of the body, inferior from the lower side of the body. So superior and inferior vena cava brings the blood from upper and lower side of the body and just pour into the right auricle. From right auricle, now next it goes to the right ventricle. So from right ventricle, now the blood is deoxygenated. So the next step is oxygenation of the blood. So for oxygenation, the deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs and it goes through the vessel, and the vessel is pulmonary artery. The vessel is not pulmonary vein, because as you know the veins are generally supplies the deoxygenated blood, but here the pulmonary artery just passes the blood, just carries the blood. Which type of blood? Deoxy blood, that is impure, deoxygenated blood, and just goes into the lungs. So the question is, why the pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood? But because the generally artery carry oxygenated blood, but why pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood? The answer is the pressure of the heart, because the pulmonary artery just carries the blood from the heart to the lungs. So this pulmonary artery connected to the heart. Pulmonary artery is connected to the heart. So when the heart pumps the blood into the pulmonary artery, it has some pressure. It has some pressure. So because the pressure is there, if the veins is connected here, the vein will be burst. Okay, so as you know the muscular layer, the artery is thick wall layer. As you know the artery, just let us see here. If you just compare the structure of artery, as you know, so this is the outermost wall, this is the thinner. There are three walls are present in the artery. Middle wall is slightly thicker, it is very thicker, and this is the inner wall. So this is the muscular wall of artery. This is the muscular wall of artery. Okay, so this is the transverse section of artery. While in the case of vein, this is the outer layer, which is a fibrous layer. The middle one, the muscular layer, is very thinner, not as like in artery. So this is the muscular layer, and the last one is inner layer. So this is the shaded area, this one in the case of artery, and this is in the case of vein. So in the case of artery, the muscular layer is very thicker, while in case of the vein, the muscular layer is very thin, not as much thick in the case of artery. Okay. So this muscular layer just maintain or hold the pressure of the heart. So when at this side, when the vein is connected, if the pulmonary vein is connected here, so the pressure which is created by the right ventricle is very high, and the vein does not withstand that pressure. Okay, and it might be ruptured. So the artery withstand the pressure created by the right ventricle. It withstand the pressure. Okay, and that is why the pulmonary artery is connected here. So the pulmonary artery here, there is one exception, carries deoxygenated blood, and it carries or it sends the blood to the lungs. In the lungs, the oxygenation takes place because the respiration, we know the process of respiration, inhalation, exhalation. In inhalation, we just intake the oxygen. Exhalation, that is removes the CO2. Okay. So inhalation, through the inhalation, we and there is an exchange of O2 and CO2. Okay, so the blood which is deoxygenated just removes the CO2 and takes the oxygen. So all the blood oxygenated here, and after that it breaks back to the heart in the left auricle through the pulmonary vein. So here the pulmonary vein is sufficient, and the lungs, when comes the blood to the pulmonary vein, it's not having so much pressure. Okay, so pulmonary vein is sufficient to withstand the little bit pressure. Okay, so the pulmonary vein carries the oxygenated blood and goes to the left auricle. From left auricle it comes to the left ventricle, and from left ventricle to the aorta, that is the largest artery of the body. So from the left ventricle through the aorta, all the oxygenated blood goes to the body, and this is called working of human heart. Okay, so in this diagram, the structure of artery and vein, this is the outer layer, this is the outer layer, this is called tunica externa, this is the outer layer. Okay, the middle layer, which is shaded part, this is called tunica media, this is the middle layer, and the last one is the internal layer, inner layer, that is called tunica interna. Just shifting this labeling, tunica interna. So this is the artery and this is the vein, transverse section of vein. So the tunica media is a muscular layer. It is a muscular layer which is thick in case of artery, while thin in case of the vein. The tunica externa, this is the fibrous layer which provide support, which provide the strength to the blood vessels, and this is the last one, tunica interna, and this is the lumen. Just writing here, lumen, and this is lumen. So the lumen of artery is narrower, while the lumen of vein is wider. Okay, lumen of artery is narrower. Just it is visible in the diagram. The lumen of artery is narrower, while the lumen of vein is wider. So there are some basic differences between the arteries and veins, and it is also given in the book. Okay, so just see in book what is the differences are there, and this is the working of human heart. And the human heart works in two steps, flow in two steps, that is pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation, and the two circulation combinedly called double circulation. Okay, so students, read this topic with the help of your book, try to understand, and if you are not if you have any confusion about the topic, please feel to ask me. Okay, thank you very much.